Hello learners, welcome to chapter 6 of grade 6 and this is Changes Around Us part 2. Before we proceed further, please like, subscribe and share the channel. This will mean a lot to me. In the previous part we learnt about change, slow and fast changes, and we also saw the types of changes as reversible and irreversible. Thereafter we saw the relevant examples related to both. Now here we have other ways to bring a change. Changes are also classified into physical and chemical changes. Let's discuss them one by one. Physical changes are those changes in which no new substances are formed. They are temporary in nature and can be reversed easily. At this point, we have a science fact. Though physical changes are reversible, there are physical changes where no new substances are formed but are irreversible, like breaking of glass, grinding wheat grains into flour, breaking chalk piece. Here we have three ways to bring physical change: expansion and contraction, change of state and dissolution. Let's have the first one, expansion and contraction. In order to fit the wooden handles to the farm equipment or metal tools, the ring of the metal tool is heated, it expands and accommodates the wooden handle. On cooling, the metal ring contracts to hold the wooden handle firmly. Similarly, metal rim is fixed on wooden wheel of a cart. Metal rim is made slightly smaller in size than the wheel. On heating, the metal rim expands and fits onto the wheel. Cold water is poured once the rim fits and it contracts to firmly attach onto the wheel. Spring is an elastic object and stores mechanical energy. It expands and contracts within limits on the application or removal of force. Next we have change of state. Water can be changed into liquid state from its solid state, that is ice. No new substance is formed and water can be changed from one form to other on heating or cooling. Here we have a diagram showing change of state in water. On supplying heat, the ice converts into liquid, and on further heating the liquid, it gets converted into steam. On cooling, the same steam converts into water, which is liquid, and on further cooling it can be converted into ice. Dissolution is a third way to bring physical change. If we add salt to water, it dissolves. No new substance is formed and the salt can be obtained by evaporating the water. Here are two interesting questions for you. The first one is, how does blacksmith change a piece of iron into different tools? Put on your thinking cap and keep thinking. Iron is heated till it becomes red hot. This makes iron soft and it is beaten into desired shape. Now the second question. What change takes place in iron on heating? Again put on your thinking cap and keep thinking. It is a physical change. Now moving to the chemical changes. Chemical changes are those which result in the formation of new substances. They are permanent in nature and cannot be reversed or are irreversible. We are going to discuss 5 ways in which chemical changes are being brought. They are rusting, burning, curdling, fermenting and growth in plants. Here we have the first one, rusting. Rusting is a chemical change in which iron reacts with water to form iron oxide or rust. Here we have an iron object which is undergoing rusting. Now a science fact. Ashok's thumb has remained rust-proof for many centuries. It was constructed by Chandragupta II and now stands in Qutub complex at Mehrauli in Delhi. Next chemical change is brought by burning. Here is a question. If we light a candle, the wax melts to produce heat, light and smoke. Can we bring back the wax? Put on your thinking cap and keep thinking. No, we can't. So, burning of wax and burning of paper both are chemical changes, whereas mere melting of wax is a physical change. Next chemical change is brought by curdling. If small quantity of curd is added to warm milk, stirred and left aside, after some time the entire milk changes into curd. This change cannot be reversed. Next chemical change is fermentation. Fermentation is a process which brings chemical change in organic materials. Examples: Number 1. Grapes are converted into wine using fermentation. Number 2. Dough becomes sour due to fermentation. Growth in plants is also a chemical change. It cannot be reversed. If at all, either of these happen, change in color, evolution of gas, or change in temperature, chemical change occurs. There are changes like season change, leaf fall, day and night, etc., which are periodic in nature. That is, they repeat after a regular interval. Is it possible to reverse some changes? We will learn more about it in the higher classes. Difference between physical change and chemical change. In physical change, no new substances are formed. In chemical change, new substances are formed. Physical changes are mostly reversible in nature. Chemical changes are mostly irreversible. Energy changes are small in physical change. Energy changes are large in chemical change. Physical change brings change in size, shape, and state of a substance. Chemical change brings change in color, evolution of gas, and change in temperature. Let's summarize the chapter. Change is a process to make someone or something become different. Some changes are fast and some are slow. Reversible changes can be easily reversed by removing the cause of change. Irreversible changes cannot be reversed. Expansion and contraction, change of state, and dissolution are physical changes. Rusting, burning, curdling, fermentation, and growth in plants are chemical changes. Here are some keywords used throughout the chapter. Reversible change, change in which materials can be obtained back in their original form. Irreversible change, change in which we can't obtain materials back in their original form. Expansion, increase in size of substance due to heat. Contraction, decrease in size of substance due to cold. Shredding, action of tearing or cutting. For extended learning, here are some questions. You are opening a newly bought jam bottle and the metallic lid is too tight. What will you do to open the lid easily? Why are iron objects painted or covered with other metal? When rice is cooked, it becomes fluffy and softer. What kind of change is it? Potter makes a pot and then bakes it. Is it a physical or a chemical change? Make a list of physical changes which you don't desire to see. Example, breaking off mobile screen. Observe your mom or dad cooking. Identify the changes that can be reversed. With this, we come to an end of the chapter 6, Changes Around Us. Hope you have enjoyed learning it, and in case you have any questions or queries, please write a mail to learning.space.mk@gmail.com. We'll meet again in the next chapter. Till then, happy learning!